Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite Mario game, and for a while it was my favorite video game as well. There are a lot of factors that led to this game being one of my favorites. The music, the atmosphere, how unique it was, replayability, and yes, probably some nostalgia as well. But the main reason it's so great is the level design. In my opinion, level design is the most important aspect of a platformer, and without good levels, a platform is unplayable. Super Mario Galaxy has so many fun and unique levels filled with personality that I found it extremely difficult to pick my favorite, let alone 10 of them. In fact, before I started working on this video, I didn't have a favorite level, which is surprising since I've spent so much time playing this game, and it also shows how great so many of these levels are. Anyway, I'm done rambling already. Let's get started with the list. I'm 444, and these are my 10 favorite stars in Super Mario Galaxy. Starting off this list, we have Dusty Dune's Green Star, Treasure of the Pyramid. This is actually a secret star, and you can find it by feeding the Hungry Luma near the beginning of the level. That should lead you to this pyramid planet. Inside this pyramid are 5 silver stars you must collect in order to get the star. However, as you're traversing the maze-like interior of this pyramid, the floor and the ceiling are moving, which means you have to move fast in order to avoid being crushed between a wall and the shifting ceiling and floor. I really like this level because it has a unique perspective. It's not often that you get to walk on the walls inside a pyramid, and this level does that very well, giving it the number 10 spot on this list. Next up, we have the Floating Fortress, the main star from Buoy Base Galaxy. This level really has grown on me over the years. When I first played this game back in 2nd or 3rd grade, I was terrified of this level. I really didn't like water levels, and when combined with those torpedo Teds, I was in for some serious hell. Once I came back to the game after getting over my fear of water levels, I began to realize what an amazing star this is. I've always liked vertical levels, and climbing this huge tower while collecting blue star pieces is really fun and exciting. And the music, that's what really stands out about this star. Just listen to this. And to top everything off, the star is found in a planet that resembles a giant Pokeball. I don't really know what they're going with this, but I love when Nintendo games contain references to other games. Again, this was another shorter level, so that's why it's not as high on this list, but despite that, it's an awesome and memorable star that deserves the number 9 spot. Coming from the popular Toy Time Galaxy, we have Heavy Metal Mecha-Bowser at number 8. Just from the name alone, you can tell that this star is great. The beginning part of this level mostly exists to introduce ideas that will be seen throughout this galaxy, since this is the first star in the galaxy. However, the real fun begins once you get to the main attraction, the Mecha-Bowser. Even though this robot doesn't really resemble Bowser at all, it's still incredibly fun and satisfying to dismantle. Unscrewing the bolts and watching parts of the robot fall into the void feels great, and isn't something you see in the Mario series very often. This level also features the infamous Spring Mushroom power-up. I know a lot of people hate this thing, as they find it to be more of a downgrade than an upgrade. I think it's a lot of fun once you get used to it, and it leads to what is probably the most satisfying moment in the whole game. Overall, this is just a really great level, but it does bring up one question. How would anyone build a giant robot to trap a bunch of smaller robots in? I don't know about you, but this sounds like a good question for the Mario lore experts to answer, whoever they may be. Anyway, let's move on to the next star. Oh boy, here's a controversial pick. At number 7, we have Gizmos, Gears, and Gadgets from the Rolling Gizmo Galaxy. This level uses the controversial ball rolling mechanic. A lot of people dislike this level due to the forced motion controls, and I can kinda see why. The controls are imprecise, and they cause the level to be way more stressful than it needs to be. That's also what makes it so fun. I get a rush of adrenaline from these motion control levels because they force me to play in unconventional ways. They add a level of unpredictability to an otherwise predictable genre of game, and I find that super exciting. I know a lot of people struggle with the motion controls found in the ball levels, but if I can do it with a bootleg Wii remote, then it's really not that hard. If you're struggling with the motion controls, try letting go of the nunchuck and holding the Wii remote with 2 hands. It's what I usually do, and I think it makes the levels much easier and more fun. The star also has a really fun layout. It's purely an obstacle course made out of colorful toy-like objects. I also enjoy rolling down these thin paths. It forces me to balance and move very slowly. That gives me a lot of anxiety, the good kind. The use of the dice at the end forces you to think creatively, where you have to roll to the side to get on top of the die, and then you can roll to the end of the level. I think this star provides a good amount of challenge, and isn't too difficult unlike the bubble and ray surfing bonus levels. It's just a fun, quick level that, despite being a bonus level, I still find myself playing and enjoying during my playthroughs. Matter Splatter Galaxy's only star, Watch Your Step, is another level that I really enjoy, that many don't like due to a strange gameplay mechanic. As I said earlier, I like the Spring Mushroom, and it shows its full potential on this star. Spring Mario has to make multi-story jumps that feel extremely satisfying to land, especially with the auto-scrolling matter keeping you on your toes. It's another adrenaline-filled level, with an abundance of close call moments like these. The other parts of the star are pretty great too, like the beginning section with these disappearing platforms. They remind me of water ripples, and that gives this section of the level a unique vibe. Also, look at that background. Green has always been my favorite color, and you know you've won me over when you make that the color of the atmosphere. Just past the halfway point in this list is another one-off star, Honey climbs Scaling the Sticky Wall. Most people know B Mario for his flying abilities, but there are already a ton of other Mario power-ups that allow him to fly, like the Tanuki Leaf and the Cape, so we really didn't need another one. What stands out about B Mario is his ability to stick to honeycombs and climb them. This level takes that concept and brings it to its full potential. The whole level is a towering vertical gauntlet of honeycombs, with some meteors and mandybugs appearing later on. Like I stated earlier on, I like vertical levels a lot, and this level gives me that height adrenaline more so than any other level in this game. It's also fairly challenging. The meteors here fall pretty frequently, so you have to think about how you're going to time your jumps. My favorite part of the star is the ending with the mandybugs, because it gives off the illusion that the wall is the ground. It's just a super fun and fairly challenging level that really makes you feel like Spider-Man. I love it. Polestar Path is probably the most relaxing star in the whole game, mostly because of the background and the music. It's pretty easy, as it's unlocked early on in the game. But its easiness definitely doesn't detract from how fun it is. The Polestars found throughout this level are really fun to play with, and it's extremely fun and easy to speedrun as well, which you have to do anyway for its comet. The area at the end with the silver stars is really fun as well. There's something about watching those floating pieces of space junk converging in the platforms that's so mesmerizing, especially these ones that look like pizza. This one is one of those levels that's super easy, but still feels fun and substantial to play, and that's why it ranks so high on the list. Starting off our top 3, we have Infiltrating the Dreadnought from the Dreadnought Galaxy, probably the coolest looking galaxy in the whole game. Just look how detailed the Dreadnought in the background is. This game's sense of scale blows me away sometimes. The star itself is pretty fun as well. It starts off with these drones that hover around and try to hit you with a laser that looks like a spotlight. There's a 2D platforming segment where you have to flip the gravity a couple times, and then replay some of the segments from a different perspective. There's also this cool part where you climb up these discs, and they fall one by one as you climb. My favorite part of this star is where you wall jump between these two vertical moving platforms. I've never seen anything like it in any star in this game, or really any other Mario game. There's another unique part at the end where you have to flood this planet by breaking a dome that contains water with a bullet bill. After it gets flooded, these laser spotlight things turn over and you have to dodge them. Once you climb high enough, you can ride on top of them, which feels great after having to dodge them earlier in the level. A cool bonus that this level has is its use of gravity. I don't know how they got the gravity to make this jump impossible. This level has unique and fun gameplay, the best background music in the game, and is one of the best looking places in the game, and that's why it gets the bronze medal in this list. My second favorite star in Super Mario Galaxy is Conquering the Summit, the secret star from Freeze Flame Galaxy. This is a secret star done right. It doesn't even require a Hungry Luma. You just gotta go out of your way to find this launch star up here. When I first discovered this star, I was blown away. I was always amazed by the size of some of the planets in this game, like the Dreadnought and the Battle Rock, but I always felt a little disappointed you couldn't really fully explore them. They were just really cool background pieces. But here, you can actually fully climb this mountain and get rewarded for it. The sense of adventure that you get from getting this star is incredible. Looking down at the rest of the planet right before getting the star gives you a sense of accomplishment that is unmatched by any other Mario level, even the ones that are extremely hard like the Perfect Run and Champion's Road. The only reason this is at number 2 and not 1 is because of those bats. They just annoyed me a little bit when climbing. But hey, that only added to the satisfaction of snagging that star at the top, so it wasn't really a problem. But what star in this game could possibly be better than this one? Well, you're about to find out. My absolute favorite star in Super Mario Galaxy is Melty Molten's second star, Through the Meteor Storm. This star takes everything that I love about Mario games and mixes it up into one hot level. This thing has it all: the sense of danger that comes with the constant meteor storm, decently challenging platforming, a super fun ball segment, a section with these blue fire guys that isn't annoying, a killer soundtrack and background, and even has a Zelda-like puzzle where you have to make the little cinder light these torches. Also, it has this. How much cooler can this level get? It can't, because it's already perfect. Nintendo usually doesn't fail to make fun levels, but the Super Mario Galaxy games have to be where they peaked. I'm not trying to talk bad about other games, because 3D World and Bowser's Fury are pretty impressive in the level department as well. But the later games just don't have that epic sense of scale and importance that Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 had. Trying to pick just 10 stars out of this masterpiece was really difficult. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, except the hay is also needles. That's how consistently good the stars in this game are. All of my little nitpicks I threw in this video were purely there so I can differentiate the stars on this list. Numbers 10 through 2 really could have been in any order. If you disagree with my picks or have some critiques for me, feel free to say so in the comments section. I'd love to hear everyone else's opinions. Anyway, that's it for this list. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. See ya!